Recording. Everybody, what's going on? Just to let you all know, what's up, Miss Jones? We are actually, as I
How
was
are you, Karriem?
good. Just to let you all know, we are actually on many different streams here.
Oh, okay.
So, don't feel bashful. I think I pinned myself here. I think I pinned myself. So everybody knows who's here and stuff like that. So, what's up, everybody? Listen, anybody that's coming in, I'm on a different stream. Miss Jones in the Zoom. I think we'll get some other people in the Zoom. And I like to get started. We're on Facebook. I'm about to send this to my grant group. But today we're going to talk about hiring and training employees, y'all. We're going to be talking about hiring and training employees, and hopefully I am live on Facebook because I don't see myself live, but we'll see. We'll see, y'all. But we're going to talk about business and training grants. And so you'll want to get your pen, your paper out, your what I say, mascara, your information. Um, and I'm gonna give you all, even though I have my canned presentation, um, I'm still going to go over some stuff that probably some people haven't seen already today. So, um, just want to welcome everybody to our pop up virtual business grant and hiring grant seminar here on this day. I wanted to do a pop up for everybody. So if you are a person that wants to learn about business grants, or you are been thinking about business grants, we're going to be talking about how to find and apply for business grants and how you could possibly use them to be effectively for your business and what is specific for employees. So team members, that's what we're going to talk about today. So many people have been asking about that. How do you use grants to hire and train team members? And we are going to be talking about that today. I'm going to share some information in reference to how you could tap into that for yourself in your business. And so the goal is to teach you all what you need to know so you can find, apply, and receive business grants. So I am going to turn this probably into a workshop. I'm going to go with some slides very quickly, but we're going to do some work today. All right. So, those people, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Zoom, I'm on Facebook personal page, I'm on Facebook group page. So, I'll be watching all the different medias and streams, y'all. So, if you are on those things and you want to put a comment in the comment section wherever you are, TT, Facebook, all these places, just go ahead and do that. But guess what? I wanted to find for you all grants because so many people don't understand what grants are, or they get it misconstrued. All right. They get it misconstrued. So I want to tell you that grants is when you find a resource to cover a activity or a capital expenditure for your business. Some people just talk about it in funding, but it is a resource that you could actually get covered. It could be an expense, it could be a capital expenditure. And so we're going to be talking about that today, how you can actually find a grant that can cover the expenditure. So we're going to give you um, some tips, some tricks, and all that stuff. And so business grants is just not for nonprofits. I know a lot of people like, hey, I'm a for-profit business. Why spend the time? Why do it? And I'm gonna just lead off with a story. Right? I'm gonna lead off with a story here. The story goes like this. I was talking to a fellow franchise member. So I own a Little Caesars pizza franchise. And this franchise owner who owns 90 units, 90 plus units, maybe 100 by now, who knows? I said to him, I said, hey, have you ever used business grants to hire and train people? He says, no. Right. So he's like, what? He's like, you done that before? Like, yeah. And I said, guess what? You could get anywhere from $300 to $7,500 per employee if you do it right and they meet the criteria and things like that. And he was like, what? And he was just doing the math, right? He was doing the math in his head, how many people he hires that is full time on an ongoing basis. And you times that by I don't know how many people, it will be a lot of money. He employs hundreds of people, probably 1,000. Who knows? But so just think about that. If you could take a course, if you could take a course or a capital expenditure and move it to somebody else, and you don't have to be a nonprofit, you could be a for-profit, but you got to understand what grants are. So we're gonna do a workshop, y'all. I'm gonna really go through some stuff quick, and then I'm gonna get you all to start doing some stuff, right? So if you received the grant before, that's good. You have the background, the experience, and so I want you to be thinking about that as we talk about certain things, because if you received the grant before, you could replicate that. And some people say, well, I can't replicate it. Yes, you can replicate it. All right. So as I was saying to people, feel free, if you all have any thoughts or questions while I'm talking, feel free to put them in the comment section or the chat where you are. But we're going to talk about the challenges that people have with grants. So one, not enough time is a big one. People don't know where to look. Um, or even how to apply, or it's too much paperwork. And so we're going to dispel some myths and give you some tools that you can actually tap into that's going to help you out figure these things out. All right. So I'm gonna get it. So I'm gonna go quickly about this. I've helped a number of different people, nonprofits, for profits, get business grants for their organization, for capital expenditures, for training, for hiring, all types of stuff. And so, and I continue to do that, and I also do that for my business myself. And I'm gonna talk about that because I think it's so important for people to know, because there's a lot of people out there telling people. Past 20 years. I'm gonna go past my friend here. She's giving a testimony, Miss Michelle. But I'm gonna go past her because I got to get into the workshop piece. So what I'm going to tell you is that I'm not a person that just says, "Hey, I help people," right? Or I assist people. No, my businesses receive grants before. So that's the one thing makes me a little bit different. If people don't show you the proof, then I'm not saying that they're not good people, but I actually have hands-on experience. So this is a grant in 2022. We did a training for $20,000. We received a $10,000 grant for the training, um, and that was awesome. So we got 50% of a course covered by a grant. And here's another one that's going to pop up on the screen. And what is going to show you is that we actually use a lot of hiring and training grants. It's called on the job training. All right. It's called on the job training. And so a lot of the grants that we use are on the job training grants, and we get reimbursed. So there's certain grants that you actually can tap into that you might get reimbursed. And there's some grants that you actually will get the money up front. So there's a little bit about my history. I went to Johnson Wales University for business. I've done some SBA commercial business lending before, and currently do some business coaching. And my wife and I and a limited partner own a Little Caesars Pizza franchise. And I've used a number of grants for the franchise entity to help us out to cover costs. All right. So and I'm gonna show you a recent one. So this is just a reimbursement check showing you the proof. So we actually hire people, but before we hire them, if we get them approved to actually get a grant, then what happens is that we actually will get reimbursed. We have our payrolls every 2 weeks, so then we will submit our invoice to the grantor, and then they reimburse us back for anywhere from 50 to 75% of the grant. So as I said before, I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing slides today because I want to do a workshop to get people into some stuff. But thank you all. Feel free, man. Tag some people. Like I said, I'm on TT, I'm on FB, I'm on Zoom. And so in the future, I'll be on posters on YouTube. But this is a recent testimonial, y'all. It might be jumbled. This is a voicemail message that I received from an entity, and we have been looking to do some more training for our franchise. And I'm like, I'm gonna submit it again and see if we get an approval. So this is a voice transcribed message, so everything's not gonna line up and look like it's good English. But Lisa is my contact there. She said, "Hey, I finally was able to get all your paperwork done, and we completed the income worker program. That's one of the grants that we just applied for. and you'll be able to actually, you got approved so you can start training. We need to sign a contract, and then you get reimbursed. So this is a reimbursement grant where we submitted it to the workforce entity in our area because we wanted to do some training, and some of that training is going to train me as an owner and train my employees, right? So in all total, we probably receive anywhere from 8 to 10 grants for our franchise business. Most of it was employee and hiring training, and I could tell you those grants are always available. It's the grants where people are looking for like working capital or they need something done quick that it might just be tough to get. But as it relates to workforce development, you could get grants to hire people, train people, upskill employees, leasehold expenses, business growth, business services. But today we're going to really focus on the hiring and training, and I'm gonna show you how you could tap into those resources. Feel free, y'all, if y'all got questions while I'm talking, pop them in. I got a bunch of places that I'm looking at stuff. Pop them in the chat, pop them in the comment section, and because I want to show people, I want to actually get you into some stuff and show you some stuff quickly. So all right, so this is my SMART method. And the SMART method is that you want to search, measure, right? And you want to apply for the grant, and you want to receive it, and you want to track it. So those are the things that I talk to people about, right? Search and measure, apply, receive, track. Search, measure, apply, receive, track. And being smart about it means that you also could use tools that could help you out to really front load some grants. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out of these slides, man. It's time to start doing some work. Y'all ready to do some work, y'all? Y'all ready to do some work? We're gonna do some work, y'all. All right, so let's get out of here. Um, I'm gonna show you all how to find the workforce development boards, right? And I need to go probably back and share my screen again. I'm gonna go share my screen, make sure everybody sees it here. And so, um, bam, there we go. See, it's already up on my stuff. America's Career Centers. Let me tell you, a lot of people are missing this one here. And so for my people that are on my different streams, I'm gonna pop the link in here on my different streams so you all can have this one. Um, Now I'm giving this is the stuff I usually haven't shared this with people because this is like my secret sauce. But you know what? I decided I'm gonna share my secret sauce today, and like, hey, this is a free webinar, so I'm gonna give you all some value. And if you all decide that you need some help going forward, hey, we'll talk about that also. But this is where you find in your city, in your town, in your county, where are um the workforce career centers. So let's say, for instance, I'm just gonna make it up because I already have a contact in this place, Houston, Texas. um I work with a number of clients in Houston, Texas, and I'm gonna go search. And what I'm gonna find, and you could do it yourself, y'all. You want to go to, it's called careeronestop.org. You could put in your own zip code, you could put in your own city, your state, and what you want to do, right? What you want to do is then go in and look at who is close to you, right? And so let's just say, for instance, this Harrisburg location is close to me, right? So I would click on the link, and actually with the link, as we talking about business grants, y'all, we're talking about business grants. We got, man, we rolling today. It's gonna give me information on who is the contact, right? These people might be updated, might not be updated, but I'm gonna say, all right, I have the address, I have the phone number. All right, I got some more people coming in. I see some. I guess there's some more people in my Zoom room. I told you all, I'm on many different streams, y'all, but welcome everybody on my Zoom room. Welcome everybody on TT. Welcome everybody on FB. Um, and so this is what I was just showing you all. This is how you find the workforce connections to you all. And so what I used to do, because I had all this information, now I'm gonna show all my stuff, y'all. I'm giving y'all the goods, the background stuff of how, when I work with clients and say, hey, I'm looking to hire and train people, I'm showing you the goods, right? So I go and I search. So this is, say I have a client in Houston, Texas. This is Houston, Texas. And I go search in the careeronestop.org. I put Houston, Texas, and I find the closest one that's near my client's business. And then I go in here and I say, all right, let me make this bigger. Let me make this bigger, y'all, because so y'all can see this. Right. And then I have the direct contact of who I want to talk to. And my goal is to talk to this business rep. So there is the business rep, and her name is Rion Rianta McKnight. I got an email, I got a telephone number, and then I take that information, and guess what I do? People in marketing, right? People on a business. I go to work in marketing. Whoever. If I have a client, I might tell them to call Mrs. McKnight. I might call the person, and then I start to get the information. And so I've done this with many of business owners where they might call and get the contact and get the ball rolling, or I might do it because they might not have enough time. And so I will go. Well, one, what I could do, I also go to their website. So I'm gonna click on, and we're gonna see what they got on on the information, because sometimes the websites are good, sometimes they're not. And then I go up to here like as employees, right? That's what we want to look at. And I'm gonna look at, let's see here, attract qualified candidates could be one, but let's go, yeah. Let's go look at attract qualified candidates. So in this, it says develop your employees, build your workforce, right? If I just go and look at that, because some of the websites are good, some of the websites are not great, but here's all the stuff that they have: apprenticeships, tailored training and upskilling. That's what I just what I did. On the job training, this is where you get reimbursed. Work-based learning internships. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. The thing about it is that you have to understand that um the government makes money from taxes, and so they want people employed. People get on payroll, they're going to be taking taxes out, right? So that's why they have these incentives. But you need to use this as a play for you and your business, especially when you're hiring and training people. So I usually have anywhere from 10 to 15 employees that work for me on a monthly basis. Payrolls every 2 weeks. My wife does it, and she always says to me, man, I wish we could reduce the payroll. And guess what? Over the last couple of weeks, we've done it by using one of these programs. All right. And so we currently, and this is the first time that we've ever done it as a business, and we've been trying to work on it since 2021. We use a program called work-based learning. Well, no, so like the second time we use it. So it's called work-based learning. And what happens is that the Department of Labor, well, or that organization, pays the they're not an employee of yours, but they pay the person to work in your business. So I currently have a person that actually is working in my business full time, and somebody else is paying them. I'm giving them training. Thank the Lord that the person already had some training already in the industry. And so they get on a job training. And the goal for them is they get paid, they learn a skill, and then possibly maybe in the future I could hire them, or if they want to go into another opportunity, that's fine. We also use, and I should have put this up here too, we also work with Job Corps. So Job Corps is a huge organization, deals with people 18 to 24 years old, at risk type of young adults. And we currently have a partnership with Job Corps. I think it's been like almost a year and a half now, where they send us students during the day, and they help us out with reducing some of our labor, right? So one of the things you can do is kind of look at a nonprofit or an organization that is training people that is looking for work experience. And so that's been very, very great for us. But the one that we've used a lot for business grants is called on the job training. On the job training means that you hire a person on your payroll, and then you will pay them, and then you get reimbursed for that time. Now, a lot of people is like, hey man, I'm looking for a grant because I don't have a lot of cash flow in the first place, to hire people. And I look at it like this: hey, if I know if I'm gonna get the money back in 2, 3, 30, 60 days, that means I'm gonna get money back, and I could use that for my business. So it's a strategy, y'all. It's a strategy. And so you want to have a strategy. Now, these things sometimes don't happen quickly. And that's why people get a little bit upset. But once you have it, you could go back on and on and on. Um, uh, each year. Of course, there's a max. Like I think here in North Carolina, it's like $50,000 for some of these programs. But hey, if you have that much employees in training and you get $50,000 a year in a grant every year, it's not bad. So this is stuff. So feel free, y'all, the people on my Facebook, people on my Zoom, if you got questions about what I just talked about, develop your employees, build your tomorrow's workforce. So many companies are using these programs. A lot of the big companies are using it. Feel free if y'all have any questions, put them in the chat and I will answer the question. So this is just Houston. I could go back and let's see what another one. I got a good. I'm gonna go to another one that has good contacts. So Central Florida, I have a contact there. They are really quick too. Let's see if it will come up. It's probably not gonna come up, but let's go to Orlando. Um, and that's why you have to develop relationships with some of these people because they will be able to show you the process, navigate. And a lot of times I help out with the paperwork because a lot of people just get confused. They don't know how to fill it out. So once again, this is Orlando, right? So I went to a career center, um, and I go down and I want to find a business rep. So the business rep here is Louis Centron. I would get all his information. I would give them a call. I would send them an email, but I also tell people go to the website because some of the websites have some good information, right? So I've helped out I think it's like two or three business owners already to get grants in Central Florida. And so I would go here where it says businesses and it says, look, find a higher talent. The other thing they do, which a lot of people don't understand, you don't have to pay for Indeed. You could go register with the workforce people, and they can actually post all of your jobs on the job boards for free. I'm telling you, I use it right now. So if I go here, let's go training and upskill. So they got once again apprenticeships, new hire training, existing employee training. So you can use it for existing employees also. And you can request a consultation. So I like this because I could go right here and request a consultation and submit my information. So I'm doing a couple things when I work with clients. We are submitting stuff online to get a call back, and then we're also calling people or emailing people to get a call back, and then usually we set up a meeting with them and most of the people virtually. And then sometimes they have you, uh, so we click on the essay. So you can even say, see, it tells you right here, boom, you can submit your information right there. So that's that. Let's see, find a high talent. Let's see. Right? Grow your business. Everybody's saying, listen, man, you need some help, you need some labor, grow your business. We're gonna help you find the right candidates. We're gonna help you actually thrive. And so you could have actually hiring events in their office. You could actually recruit people from them. So this stuff works. It takes time, but once you're in the flow and you got a contact, I'm telling you, it's huge. I was just working with a client on another business grant program here in North Carolina, and they just got a $9,000 grant to train their CNAs. So there's opportunities out there. You just have to be strategic of how you contact people. So if this is good, this is good for my people in Zoom. If this is good, give me a one. For my other people on other stuff, give me a one also. Um, so yeah, so I wanted to do workshop. Now, let me see if I can find. I think they might have. So let's see if they might have some stuff. Oh, so look at that. See, they also have no cost summer interns. So if you might be looking for interns for your business, you might want to start looking right now, right? It's already April, and there's a lot of nonprofits and government agencies that would pay for an intern to work in your business for the summer. So as you can see here, get summer interns at no cost. Be an influencer on the future workforce. It's Central C. Central Florida is doing it. Your workforce area might be doing also, right? So 4-week internship paid by them. Can I highlight that there? Can I highlight there? It's paid by them, no cost. I don't know about you, but you probably pay some admin people, marketing people. You take what you pay them per hour, you times that by, let's just say 30 hours a week or 20 hours a week for 4 weeks. If you could get that for free, I would be jumping all over it. Right. I'll be jumping all over it. So even though it says here deadline is January 15th, it don't make a difference. You still call them up. Hey, I'm looking to tap into some resources. My name is so and so. I own this business in this city, this town, and you make a connection with them, right? You make a huge connection with them. So so yeah, so that's how you find a workforce. Once again, workforce. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else. I'm gonna show you another one. The ones that I really like. I'm showing you the ones that I work with. Riverside, California. So Riverside, California. I didn't work with them directly, but my client followed my great directions, and so they have a quick program. So this is in any community, y'all. You're looking for the career centers. So once again, if I was in Riverside, California, I would scroll down and see where's my business rep. This is Jason Tang. Here's his email. Here's his phone number. Right. And then I would go to the website and I would say, all right, let me go to employer services. I'm a here grow your workforce. And if I'm looking at this information, it already talks about what they do. Services. They help you create job flyers. They help you share job openings on social media, targeted email blasts, jobs great for candidates. They pre-screen candidates for you. People are paying for these services, y'all. They post jobs for free for you. They hold virtual in-person job fairs. You can use their facility for free. They give you information. So when you're looking to hire and train people, there are free resources out there that you can tap into. There's free resources out there y'all can tap into, right? And just look at this, right? You just call them, man. And then we're gonna look at hiring incentive programs. See, hiring incentive subsidy. The employer services team can help qualifying employees receive reimbursement for hiring eligible new employees on a job training. As you can see, they reimburse you up to 50% of somebody's hourly wage. In North Carolina, sometimes they do up to 75%. They also like have employee training. So there's so much stuff. And I know I dropped that link for you also. If you go to once again careeronestop.org, and you can actually, it's careeronestop.org, as you can see it up here, your source for career exploration and training and jobs. So I usually do not share this with people because I think it's my secret sauce, but I'm gonna share everything now. I think if people are getting value on a Freeminar, then they're gonna know that they might want to work with me and get some more help because the paperwork is a little bit interesting. It took me no, it took us 3 months to get approved for our current grant that we have, and I might show you all that too. I might show you. We didn't get a letter yet, but yeah, I don't think I will white it out, but I might show y'all what we did. But questions that people have, pop them in the chat. I'm on different mini streams. I'm gonna share my screen again and see if I can show you the current, or maybe I'll show you a past grant that I put together, and maybe not the current one because I didn't get approved for that one. So that might be well, I got approved, but not on paper. I got a call, and we're waiting for the signing contract. But if you all have any questions on me on all of my streams, feel free to put them in the chat or comment section. If you want me to review something for you, put it in the comment section if you have any questions. And I am going to show you one of and see how very easy it is with the information when you're applying for a training grant. So I am going to pull up one of the grants that we got approved for and share that with you all because I know some people want to see like, man, how does it look, right? Like when you are submitting for a grant, um, how does this thing even look? All right. Boom. All right. I got a question. Let's see. Did somebody put a question? Does the grant only allow for W-2 employees or can it be used for W-9 contractors? So it depends. It depends. And that's why you got to talk to your workforce development board because I know here in some parts of North Carolina, the workforce boards allow you to use it for 1099 employees. All right. They sometimes allow you to use it for 1099 employees. Oh, this is cool. I can show you all this. Boom. All right. All right. I'm going to show you all this. But good questions. Any other questions? So, this is a grant that I applied for back in 2021, and we did some training. Like, the grant application is full 3 pages, right? So it gives you the information, um, give you up to $10,000. And as I say, lifetime maximum of 50,000 may be awarded to any individual business over a 12-month period. So the first 2 pages is just the information. And then if you scroll down, look at the grant application. It starts here, mailing address, are you a for-profit, nonprofit? You answer some quick questions, you answer some more quick questions. So it's not in depth, right? And then it has proposed training plan. And so these are the things that where people get stuck. They don't know how to develop a training plan. And so I help people come up with a training plan. Then it asks you for your budget, and then here, let me see if I can expand it a little bit here. It says if you have less than 50 employees, you only have to put up 10% of the cost of the grant. So guess what? Most of the time, I'm just putting up payroll costs. I'm not taking, so versus I'm paying money out of my pocket, but it's reimbursement. But I'm gonna show you how you go fill this out using AI. So, and then it tells you it's a reimbursement grant. It tells you that they only reimburse you for training courses, materials. They won't reimburse you for travel. So a lot of people are like, hey, can we get travel? We're flying out to Las Vegas um for some training. They're not going to reimburse you for that. Travel is just training costs or materials. All right. So guess what? I'm gonna download this baby and we're gonna open up ChatGPT and I'm gonna show you all how you can start applying for grants. So you all might have a grant, or if you do, I'm gonna show you all. Let's go into my chat GPT. So you could use many other things. You could use um but say for instance, well, all right. So what you want to do, you want to prompt chat GPT to be a grant, whatever, grant writer, grant whoever. So I might want to say, I want you to be a grant writer that has over 20 years of experience writing workforce development grants. All right. And then boom. So you want to prompt it. So you want to tell it every time you use AI, right? You can use Claude, you can use whatever. Whatever you use, you can use. You could use Claude, you could use whatever you want. Um, and so you want to be thinking about what help you're looking for. So there's a new thing that's called AI agents. People probably heard about it before. Really, it's like you want an employee. So you're trying to tell the AI, this is what I want you to do. So I said I want you to be a grant writer with business grant for workforce development, and it starts asking questions. So what are you doing? What problems are you solving? It already knows me, so it has all this stuff about me in my chat GPT. But what I'm gonna do is go to the plus sign, and then I am gonna upload that grant application that I just downloaded. And what I'm gonna say is, hey, right? Can you review this grant application and help me fill it out for my franchise restaurant business? And I'm gonna say, I want to do let's see, operational safety restaurant training. Boom, right? And so what AI would do for you, you take the information that they give you download it, and then you upload or you copy and paste it into AI, and it helps you out. So it already tells you right here, from reviewing your applications, this is not just training money. They are funding employee skill advancement. So it's ready. Retention and reduced turnover, operational improvement, career progression. So we don't position this as basic safety training, right? So in the information. And this is the thing that I went back and forth with the people for almost 3 months. Um, is about they was like, hey, once you train people, are they going to be able to get a raise? I'm like, yeah, of course. If they do the training and they're going to stay with them, they're going to get a raise. Will they get a higher position? Yes, that's easy to answer, right? And so it says here, so we must not say required safety trainings, compliance training. Instead, say this: advanced operational safety. So it's already helping you to write information and answer those questions. And then it breaks down and says, hey, what are your current challenges? Right? And so, and it already is write out information for you. Our organization operates in a fast-paced, high-volume, full service. We've identified these challenges and we want to continue to grow and we need help for this. Right? So it's all about growth. Um, and so it has and it talks about, so it gives you that information. So it doesn't have to be rocket science, y'all. It's just gonna help you out. So how we support you in training, um, it has all the stuff. I'm not gonna go everything, but it already help you answer the questions. And it breaks down if you knew a budget already for that training, it helps you with the budget, and then you can go back into the application to fill it out. So I usually use Doc Hub. That's what I use to actually write into the application stuff that's PDFs and just look at it. Look at all the information it gave you. So it says, hey, once you give me that, I'll finish and I'll write your full application. I'll help you finalize a budget. I'll help you train provider positions. So using AI is huge, huge, y'all. So, all right, I'm gonna stop and pause and see if anybody else has questions. And I'm gonna check all of my social media and see if anybody else has any questions. Um, but feel free if you have any questions, pop them in the comment section. Um, let's see. Also, let me see. The biggest thing too. I need to go to the Department of Labor, DOL. I think it's dol.gov. So I want to actually show you all about apprenticeship programs, which someone told me it is a huge opportunity right now. Apprenticeships. So if anybody has any questions, pop them in the chat or the comment section. And let's see here. So the Department of Labor and Training, that's where a lot of I know I'm messing this up for apprenticeship. They gotta find it anyway, even though if I misspell stuff. So right now there is a lot of funding for apprenticeships. So I'm gonna click on here. So I just went to the Department of Labor Training, and right now they have awarded recently $183 million as part of scaling the apprenticeship program for Department of Labor Training. All right. And so what they're doing right now, they are trying to boost up people getting skills and apprenticeships. So say for instance, there's everybody knows that apprenticeships for the trades, but they have many other different apprenticeships. So let me see if I can find um and they pay. See, they pay for when people are going through, let's see, apprenticeship finder. So I'm gonna click on this right here and show you all. So there's apprenticeships for all types of stuff, right? All right. So they have apprenticeships for just not electricians, but I'm gonna browse by it. They have so many industries. So say for instance, you're in manufacturing retail. I'm gonna hit retail trade. They got apprenticeships in retail trade. So look at all this stuff: animal caretakers, cashiers, cleaners, cooks, gyms, whatever. So you can find, or you could develop your own apprenticeship and you become a training site as an employer. But there are people that are getting trained in certain areas. And if you find out with your workforce development board who has apprenticeships and who's training people, they also sometimes have a work-based learning requirement and they will have to work in certain businesses. So like say for instance, like this food prep workers, right? If I find an apprenticeship and people are getting an apprenticeship for food prep, I could go to them and say, hey, you got any food prep? So that's what I do with Job Corps. So Job Corps students that are, I think they culinary and facilities students, they come to my store. facilities people clean. And then the culinary students help us with food, but both of them help us with both stuff. So that's that. Let's see if we can find. Let's go back to. So this is a huge place. Let's see if there's any arts and entertainment. I never seen this before. Let's go and see what they got for arts and entertainment. Cause I know my good friend Jones is here. So they got amusement, recreational, athletes, audio visual technicians, choreographers. So and then you just have to find, does somebody have an apprenticeship program in your area? Fine arts, entertainment attendance, you know, a lot of gambling. I didn't even know they have apprenticeship for gambling. Wow. Motion picture, motorboats, museum, all types of stuff, y'all. So musicians, singers. If I just click on it, I don't know if it's going to tell me who has apprenticeships, but it'll tell you about what their role is. But what you could do is you could go back to, let me go back to the main thing. You could go back to, I think it's browse by area. And I'm gonna just put music. I'm gonna just, let's make something up here. Can I just use music, and then let's see if Illinois will even pop up for me. Let's see if I can put Chicago. See if it pops up for me. See if anybody has an apprenticeship. Chicago. So right now, so you can search and put the title. There are no apprenticeships for the job in your area. So that's one way that you could search. So that's apprenticeships is huge, huge, huge stuff. If you all want to make the number one thing you want to do, and I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna go back to the career one stop. Hopefully this is helpful, y'all. I know it's helpful because some people probably haven't even seen this before. The first thing you want to do is find your job center, right? And then you want to go and find a business rep person, right? So that's the first thing you want to do. So like a gentleman that I was in Salt Lake, Utah that I helped out, he has an apprenticeship program for his electrical business. And we just did the same thing. I went to careeronestop.org. We clicked on one of the locations, and then we found the person. So we scroll down. Well, they don't have no business rep. Oh, they do. Business rep Angie Davies. I say, hey, take this person's number, give them a call. This is what you want to say. You want to introduce yourself. And then I also had them go on that website and kind of see what they might have. And we always go to the employer section because we're employing people. As you can see, they don't have a lot of, well, they have some stuff here, but not a lot. But see, they have like workforce development specialists. So they already have their people, already tells you right here, like this is the person you want to call if you're in these different areas. And then he set up an apprenticeship program. So all I can say, I know this stuff was helpful, y'all. So I'm gonna go back to my slides. Let me see. Let me see if I got some more stuff here. Let me see. Let's see what else I got. Let me see if I could share some stuff. So I shared this with people before. You can set up Google alerts. Now you can set up an AI agent in ChatGPT or other places. They can automatically search for business grants for you. Um, I'm trying to think. Let's see what else I got here. I'm just trying to look at my slides, man. I'm just trying to look at my slides. All right, so I'm gonna stop and see if anybody has questions. I'm gonna go back to my main slide here. Let's do some questions, y'all. Let's do some questions. Let's see if people have questions, and then I'll talk to people. Hey, if you all need some help, I have many different opportunities if people need help, and I'll talk about them when people are having questions. So, what questions do people have for me? This is your time. This is your time. Questions. And let me stop sharing real quick. Let me stop sharing. Cool. What questions do people have? Feel free to, um, if you need to unmute, and because what I'm gonna do right now, I'm